Dang.
Yes, we
Hey.
we are live, y'all. I want to kick it off with some music. My baby and one of the best maestros in the world, Cornwell, y'all. Wave Rider. I talked to my brother from another mother earlier today. Hey, Christine. Hey, Chicana. Chicana, you pulled up early, girl. Hey.
Hey.
I mean, Justine, pardon me, baby. Yes. Woo. I've been warm all over. Just joy all over. y'all forgive me. I forgot to share the screen, but I'm gonna share. So I was.
Oh,
Let me see if I can catch this right where it is. And so this is what I want us to get into the groove on just a little bit.
hello, my.
Ah, that's Fume Desalu Vogue. Shout out to that beautiful black model queen. She is amazing. Go check out her channel. She gives her opinions on fashion, all the fashion galas. She was a model along with Tyra Banks, and some of those ladies were burning up the runways and stuff. And so I saw that image and I wanted to use it. I'm going to actually reach out to her. Hey, Electra, and to see if she would mind if I use that, because wasn't that fun? Did you see it, Tia? You froze. She froze. And did y'all see it? Did y'all see the? Okay, well, anyway, we're live. And thank you to Christine and Jaconda and Electra. I'm gonna have to get Tia back in here. There you are. Did you
Hey.
see the sister walking across the screen?
Ah,
You didn't? Did any of you
no.
in the chat see it? You froze again, Tia. I'm gonna back out and come back in. We're gonna have to get some sage and burn out Miss StreamYard because she keeps dropping Tia. Anyway, and that's one thing to be petty about. That the freaking StreamYard link is attempting to give us the blues. Electra, thank you for answering. Wasn't that hot? I love it. So I'm going to ask the fabulous Fume if she would mind if I would use that bit of that image or where she got it so that I might be able to upload something similar to it. Hey, everybody. How's it going on this very hot and humid Saturday here in the ATL, outside of the ATL? It's looking as if we may have a thunderstorm or something, but that is the weather in the South in the summer, baby. She is so, she's as what we want to say bipolar as some of these children, these people out on these doggone streets. So I am going to, I'd like to give a shout also to Tanya. So thank all of you who, as a result of hearing about her over here, showed her some love, whether it was with a small donation, large donation, just a calm, a soothing and loving message. I know that she appreciates it, and she's back online, and she looks, she's Tanya. She's back. So Tia is still trying to get in. Also, I also wanted to mention that in her situation, it was, you know, hey Tia, it was I was speaking with Tia about it backstage, and I said it felt like road rage with Tanya. And she was saying it was much more than that. That it was actually um, hate, a hate crime. And I think that hate is, people used to get irritated on highways and byways anyway, prior to all of COVID and all of the planet's activity and all the things that are going on in the things. But it was never a situation where someone would, threaten your life. It was never that. But you all always walk with some angels. Walk with your angels. Walk with Michael and his tribe. His tribe of warriors, baby, because they will protect you. I'm telling you, walk with the angels. And also, you yourself practice some care, you know, practice some care and protection for yourself. If it looks like it's going to, if something looks as if it's going to escalate or has potential to do that, just don't. Just don't. Just leave it, please. So that's enough of that. Yeah, it was Jaconda, a hate crime. So I love um, to Tanya. And tonight we are reviving Petty Party. Give us a little applause, Tia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yay. Yes, we brought our own crowd just in case we didn't. We brought, woo-hoo!
We
Yes,
back, baby.
yes, we're bringing our own Petty Party, and it has been a while, Electra. I haven't seen you so much in even on some of the places where I go, if I'm able to catch you live. But it's so nice to have you all here. And so it's gone full circle for me. This began on YouTube. My channel began as Petty Party, and I had the fabulous Johnny from the Tarot's Apprentice and Adrian from Red Lentil Healing, who Adrian is the one who actually encouraged me to jump off the cliff because I'd been talking about it, and they held my hand until they felt it was, time for me to stand on my own 2 feet. And I have to tell you, as a Libra, I love partnerships, especially, loving, supportive partnerships. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know where I wanted to go from there because I was so used to having a companion. So now Petty Party is back, and I have a pal, I have a friend, I have a sister. Tia, but the thing about both of us is that we do this for fun. So we have to really be in the head to come online. I don't ever, perhaps we can do it once a month. I don't ever want it to feel like like work. I'm not ready to escalate to that just yet. Um, let's see, Jaconda. I think Hogarth said there were like 6 or 7 planets in retrograde. Yeah. Um, he mentioned that. And T and I were just talking. I know that for me, about the last 3 weeks or so, I have just had this kind of heavy sleep vibe. I'm just if I felt sleepy, it was the kind of sleep that I absolutely could not fight. I had to lay down and go to sleep. And it was deep. I don't know where I traveled. I just know that it was restorative, that when I came back, I felt rested and ready.
Yeah. I've been feeling immensely tired for the last month.
Mm-hmm.
Just almost like a stasis type of sleep, like a hibernation. Like
Yes.
you was a bear and you ate all this
Right.
time.
Right.
It's like, yeah, let me lay down for a little bit. Then you wake up and it's been 12, 13 hours. It's like,
Right.
where did my day go? What
Right.
day is it? What
That
day is
part.
it?
What time is it? What day is it?
That happened to me today. I was just telling you backstage about how I laid down. I wanted to get maybe an hour of sleep at 3:30, And my friend called me at 6 o'clock. I'm like, oh, what time is it? I thought it was Sunday. I said, well, what day is it? What's going on? Just all discombobulated.
It was the same with me. I don't eat heavy, I eat a lot of raw stuff along with any kind of protein or carb I might be eating. And I have been eating a lot, but I have been getting what is commonly known as itis after whatever I eat. And I did the
Yeah.
same thing. I laid down at 3:30, and I don't know what prompted me to wake up or what actually made me jump. And it was 5:30, and I thought, "Oh my goodness, I better not even try to attempt to catch another half an hour because it'll be a done deal. I better get I better get up and get busy." And thank you so much, Christine. Uh, it's always wonderful to be here. So we promised y'all petty, and petty is what you're gonna get because there is so much to be petty about. I mean, we have gifts that just keep on giving. You know? So some of it will be political, some of it will be entertainment, some of it will just be random shit I found on it, watching or reading on the internet that we can speak about.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see where to start. I have pages of notes. We let's just well, okay. Let's start with the Klan in the Congress and up in the Senate. Girl, the Klan is now in our Congress and in our Senate. And how do we know that? Well, because girl, they kicked Marjorie Trader Green, girl. They kicked her out of the Klan Club, girl. They said, they said you have violated Klan rules. Your ass is out.
You out of there. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And what I heard about that is it's so weird because they're like dodging the question when people ask them about it. But then I heard they were trying to call her to tell her, "Hey, look, bitch, you out of here. Okay, you're fired. Here's your walk-in papers. It's time to go." But she won't answer the phone. So we're doing this song and dance, and it's just I'm like, come on, it's just a mess.
It is a mess, and when they kick in, I don't know what they call the queen wizard of the Klan. I mean, she was at least a member that had some stature, and when they kick her ass out, it's like, well, damn. Well, yeah. So let's take a look at Trader Green. Let's see what's.
What is my cat doing down here? She's in one of these boxes just tearing it up.
Huh? Your
She
cat?
has to be up under me. My kitty.
Yes. I love the kitties and puppies. They just gotta have the attention, and I kind of dig it.
You know they do.
Yeah, and you can't discourage them. They are just very determined. How old is a kitty?
She should be about 5 now.
Oh, but she's still your your baby.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's still your baby.
Now, what did you want to ask
I
about
would
Marjorie Taco Grease?
First of all, yes, she did answer the phone. And we know mother is vicious, okay? We know Mr. Ed Jr., baby, she is vicious. So I want to ask, what is her plan? Well, we can simplify the question. You can help me. What does she have planned in order to either be returned or to seek revenge? I think this might be a revenge mission right now.
Oh.
It's a trap.
Yeah, I think she might be She might be on a mission to what is Marjorie Taylor
So,
Greene's
like, what's
plan?
her next move?
What's her
I
next
guess
move? Yeah.
what's on the Sith Lord agenda.
Yeah. Well, then we'll go on to the quote Speaker of the House, whose balls are now hood ornaments on Trader Green's Ford F-150 pickup truck. Either that or they become like earrings or something.
Now, I don't. Do you watch Susan Lynn Jace? Because I crack up because she recounts her guides telling her she sees McCarthy in MGT's underwear
Well,
specifically.
they've been doing it now. We discussed that. I do believe that we discussed that the last time. Now, see, that was the vibe I picked up. Because there was something about the way they hugged, and she was looking at him. I saw they have been knocking boots, baby, and that cauldron she's got between her leg, baby. Shit. Snatch those girls, his cojones. We don't know if they've been dissolved. Ain't nobody seen them. We don't know if he even has it. So
Oh
you know
boy.
where
Yeah,
yeah. So
what
what
is her next move? What
is
does she got going on? What's next for her? Because she can't shut her mouth. That's
no?
not gonna happen.
And she goes on her own channel. Now, one of the reasons she was really upset when they were preparing to go in and make nominations for Speaker, she was upset that the leader of the Klan, I think his name was Steve Perry, didn't appoint her to any committees and didn't nobody say, yeah, we want you on a committee. See, she backdoored their asses by voting for Kevin McCarthy. So what is her next? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
She gave the middle finger and said, "I don't need you.
yeah,
I got an end." So let's see what her next move is.
yeah. What she got going on?
What does Marjorie have going on? You ready, Tia?
I think so. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Because it looks like Miss Marjorie, she doesn't necessarily know what to do either. Um, I got the two of swords here, so basically
Mhm.
the choice of what she has to do, the indecision, what road she has to take. And then I got the 7 of Wands up underneath that. So
Uh-huh.
basically, like, how's she gonna defend herself in the public eye? I'm thinking. And then
Mhm.
after that, there's a Queen of Cups and then the Moon card up underneath it here.
Mhm.
So maybe she links up with somebody, another female in her party that's sympathetic to her. I can tell you it's not Lauren Boebert because
Oh no. That was
they
a cat
wanted they
and that
kicked
was a
her
cat.
out over this, didn't she?
Yeah, that was a cat fight they had on the floor.
Yeah.
We were waiting to see if they were gonna go to blows, and that's when she called homegirl a little bitch. And so, because Lauren was offended, I guess she went back. They said they kicked her out because you don't speak to another clan member, another sister in the clan like that. Now, everything we're talking about is my opinion, my sort of twisted sense of humor, and it's
Entertainment
alleged.
purposes.
All this shit's alleged. Okay, so for the YouTubes and everybody, this is all alleged stuff, and these are just petty card readings because we're reading about petty ass motherfuckers. Okay, well, what I got is a fool. So, like you said, she can't shut her mouth. and she will jump off the fucking cliff. Mother will jump out the window in at any time. But she's. I think with this, I think she's thinking she's got something that is going to benefit her. She's getting ready to. It's going to be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? It's like she thinks, yeah, I got a plan. I just don't know what it is yet. But who cares? I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna go on my station and I'm gonna talk badly about them and say what I want. And she does have some decisions to make with the Two of Pentacles. She's got
Yeah.
some decisions she's got to make, because see, this is what surely she knows. This just, it's a tower moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that whatever she does, it's going to either bring, because she's been so foolish, it's either going to bring a tower moment for her own ass, or she may actually succeed in bringing something new to the, what they call themselves, the Freedom Caucus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there, yeah.
Yeah.
I just see that she's gonna burn down a motherfucking house, baby.
Well, the last cards that I get was the Death card and the High Priestess up under it. So, um, to me, it's looking like this is the beginning of the end of old Marge. People in her own party are starting to finally grow tired of her, and she's being kicked to the curb. Now,
Yeah.
there is a page of cups up over the whole thing, so this could be some type of news coming in, maybe not the news that she wants,
Uh-huh.
something new, maybe a new way of appealing to them, cuz she needs somebody. She's dead in the water on her own.
Yeah, well, she's
Uh
got, I'm telling you, she's got McCarthy, baby.
yeah.
He's by, even though he's hanging on by a thread, because her membership, they would think about snatching her card early on, see, when
Mm,
she voted for him to be speaker. They were like looking at giving her the side eye then. So let me see what else I come up with. Marge, what you doing? What are you doing, sis? What is you doing? Oh, isn't that sweet? The lovers.
mm,
But the thing about lovers is they're not really attached. They just adulteresses and adulterers. They ain't doing them but sleeping together. She's got, again, Kev is on lockdown. So I'm just thinking she's got something. She's planning something. She doesn't really. There is another. What's that lady in the House of Representatives that has that sort of Luna somebody? She's got a sort of exotic dancer name. Um,
Laura Loomer or something like that.
Something like that, huh? Maybe they'll hook up. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway,
Wasn't she like a YouTuber or something?
I don't know what she was, but that's, maybe we should run for office. It doesn't seem to take much.
No, it doesn't. The qualifications are quite low.
Right, right. And you're right. You know what? On the bottom of this deck, I do have the Page of Pentacles. So
Mm,
there is some news coming. I just don't think it's necessarily good news, or that it's going to, even though this is like high hopes, like the food is high
yeah,
hopes.
yeah,
This is high hopes. So whatever she cooks up, double toil and trouble is going to come back and give her what it is she desires. You say to be voted back in.
yeah.
Like
I
something
think
to
it's over
find
for
herself
her.
a new tribe, huh?
Yeah, I think it's over for her. It's the beginning of the end.
Yeah, she's
They about
got.
to marry.
Yes.
She's time. It's time to show you the door.
Like they told her in New York, go back to Georgia and do something for your old.
Oh, that was great.
Yes.
That was
It's
great.
like, what are you doing for Georgia, child? This is New York City, a planet all on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, let's move on to her comrade,
Okay.
Kevin Bo Bevan.
All right.
He just, I don't have any words. I don't have any words for him.
Mr. McCarthy.
Yes, to say that he's oh hey Karen, how are you? Yes, yes, you're right. She does have Kevin. She's taken everything else from down there. Only thing left. I don't know. He may be walking around with no parts for all we know. So Kevin McCarthy, what do we want to know about you?
What do we want to know?
What are you? How are you feeling about your time as speaker? Let's go there.
Okay.
How is he feeling about this job that he wanted so much? How's he feeling?
Hmm.
Is he feeling like it's a success or things are good or
Let's see. It's speakership.
his speak or ship, knowing that people are calling him the weakest of the weak? This cat never answers a question. He
No
gives you a whole
spine.
lot of like gibberish. He just goes on and on and on. Never answers a fucking question. And right now, there's a whole lot of questions, with spies and clan and I don't know, type, just infighting. Because from McCarthy, we're going on to Tommy Tuberville,
Oh boy.
yeah, and
Oh
the
boy.
gentleman from Arizona whose name is let me find them. The one that referred to black people as colored, then he tried to clean it up. By Representative Crane from Arizona. We're just going to out. It is Klan outing day. We're going to out all the motherfuckers.
That
Yes.
that's
So right
racist.
now, we just want to know how Kev's feeling.
Okay.
Unless he's just really so stupid. Is it possible?
I just I mean they're getting away with this stuff. Like when they go to mainstream media news, they never ask them any real considerable questions. They never get any real considerable pushback on anything.
Well, they never go to a station that's going to give them pushback. They
Of
always go
course
to
not.
the regulars, Fox, OAN. I don't know how Bartiromo still has a gig over there, but hey, she must have got on Cowboy the right one, baby. I think there was a rumor that she McCarthy was close like that at one time.
Oh yeah, that I
Yeah,
heard about that rumor flying
yeah.
around.
I don't know how anyone can listen to her for any extended period of time. There's something about.
Don't
Okay, Kevin,
understand.
how you feeling these days, son?
Let's see
Like
how
the
McCarthy's
hangman,
feeling.
baby. He is. This is how he's sleeping like a bat in the fucking cave, upside down. Cause his ass has got. He is. He knows he's in a mess, and he's got to reach the rethink.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's. And I think he might be more than just. He might be literally be feeling like the hanged man.
Hang them out to dry.
Yes, knowing that. Hey, baby, you better hope that that string that you're dangling by is strong. It could crack any moment. Oh boy, because he knows this is what the peoples want to do to him in the Congress.
Ooh, I got that too. 10 swords.
Yeah.
Same thing. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Woo, child.
Oh, poor
Poor Mucky
McCarthy.
Mucky.
You poor
He's
baby. Where's the world's smallest violin? Let me see. I know I
yeah.
got it on here.
I don't know. I can't. It's microscopic.
It's oh, it's
Not
real
violent,
small.
as is the
Oh, it's
cheapest.
tiny.
Yes.
We do not care. We
Oh,
don't.
look at
We
this. Look
don't.
what Karen says about Maria Bartiromo.
No.
Aww. Yeah, her hair never looks quite right. She don't ever look quite cleaned up and fresh. Uh, whenever I see this, like, this bitch brush her hair or teeth, or she just looks,
Homely.
yeah, she don't look snatched at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is that all you got, Jace? You
Let
got
me
any more
just
on
see.
them?
Let me just see. I'm thinking that we pretty much got a very good picture right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got
That's
a
a good
whole
picture.
lot of sleepless ass nights. Um, he got a whole. He's feeling like he's got a.
Oh, man.
He's
Yeah.
yeah, he's fighting, baby. Hey,
Putting them walls up.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's trying to hang on, baby. But I don't know. That's what I have for him right now. Lots of sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing I get straight out the gate. See, all these Republicans, look at the Two of Swords has got to be the reoccurring theme of the night
Yes.
because they just don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. They keep running into walls. Let me make a hard right. Oh no, they got me here. Let me make a
Yeah.
hard right into this wall. So he's going back to the drawing board here.
Uh-huh.
Page of Pentacles. He's trying to go. What have you heard that song? It's called Back to the Drawing Board.
No, I haven't heard it, but I will certainly look for it.
Yeah, it's a Christian song, I believe. My dad,
Okay.
he was heavy into Christian music back in the day, so he had all types of different bands and choirs and this and that.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, that's what that card reminds me of. He's trying to go back to the drawing board, trying to read up, trying to study, try to think of a new strategy here. But then you got that tennis swords.
Yeah,
It
baby.
ain't gonna work. Yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
don't look like you getting a
being
whole
shot
lot of
down.
cooperation. Yes.
Yeah,
Don't nobody. Don't nobody, well, they don't want to hear his son.
no,
Not at all.
not at
Now we
all.
have Tommy Tuberville. Now, if y'all remember when January 6th occurred and everybody had gotten out of the chamber and were hunkering down, one of the first phone calls that Giuliani made was to someone he thought was Tuberville. And he
Mm,
wanted, I can't remember what representative he actually spoke with, but he was, or senator, but he was asking them to get Tuberville on the phone. Okay? So this is happening while the insurrection is in full swing. Who is Tommy Tuberville? We know he's a senator from Alabama. I don't know much about him. Apparently, he was a coach or something that had some black players on it. So that's of course is of course I'm not racist. I coached black, probably call them black boys, niggas, but we gonna call you Grand Wizard, motherfucker. You the Grand Wizard of the
Jesus.
Klan. Yes, Tommy Tuberville. White nationalism. This is what it says. This is what white nationalism means. He keeps wanting to. I just call them Americans. He keeps trying to deny that he's the Grand Wizard. That you fucking claiming you're denying. You're holding up military uh, advancements and people moving up in the ranks and stuff because you claim it's your religious stuff. You don't want women in the service to be able to travel from wherever they might be stationed because they don't know where they may be stationed. And if they need care because they're pregnant or even abortion, help, you don't want their expenses to be paid for. Because first, I guess you just don't want a woman. If you're going to get pregnant, or somebody said recently, some representative says, if you don't want to get pregnant, stop having sex. Note to self, nigga. I'm sorry. He wasn't no black man, but what that means that you ain't going to get none either, but I digress. So he doesn't, that partner doesn't want any transgender care for anybody who wants to join our armed services. Now, I have to shout out and take my hat off to anybody who wants to join the armed services, okay? Because I am really not that girl at all. So my hat is off to you for your courage and your bravery. And we need all the people who are willing to do this. And we need as many as we can. So what I want to know about Tommy Tuberville is if he is going to be able to remain senator, because they had Doug Jones before, a brilliant man, civil rights attorney and whatnot, in that office, and he was voted out for this guy. So let me see let's see if this move, I want to check on if this move that he's made is actually going to benefit him at all.
Mm, okay.
He's acting like Joe Manchin, who's now wanting to talk about no labels. Gee whiz.
Well, so he's moving to a separate party.
Yeah,
What's
third
going on
party
there?
called no labels. He's
Tommy Tuberville is moving. Is
no
this?
no no no
Okay.
homeboy Mansion.
Oh, mansion. Oh, okay.
They're saying USA that the new meaning to the word idiot, because he's facing backlash over his white nationalist views. He's a retired college football coach, and he's a senior senator from Alabama. He's held the office since 2021. And before politics, he was the head football coach at Auburn University from 1999 to 2008. So, yeah, the football is very serious in the South. Auburn University is usually a major player, I believe, in the college football arena. I want to know if I want to know, help me with the question, if this stunt that he's pulled by not approving these military positions and things, health care for women and transsexuals, is this going to help him? Is he going to be in office long? Plus the
Mm.
fact that your racist skirt is showing, okay?
Oh yeah, it was made pretty
Yeah.
clear when and this is what I mean when I say, even if they go on like CNN or whatever mainstream media, it doesn't even have to be Fox. They still don't get the type of pushback or the type of questions I believe need to be asked, as far as putting these people on the spot and actually, oh, okay, so if you're saying that a white nationalist is an American, what do you feel? What does a white nationalist mean to you? Are you a white nationalist?
Yes, he is. God, I just told you what he is. He got his
Pin
word
these,
and his
but
sheet with his emblem hanging up in the closet as we speak.
oh, we know that, but I mean to pin these people down on TV and make them answer the question, because they just slip over their
Right.
words and would not. Pin these people down and have them on record where they can't get out of it.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
that's part of that slither house of Slytherin. That 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 reptilian thing they got going on, where they, because there are some CNN, she trying to get her identity straight. She kind of went off the rails there for a minute. It didn't work out for her. She was unrecognizable, child, so she trying
Oh
to find
man.
herself. She need to go on a sabbatical.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Tuberville.
Where is he? What's gonna happen to him?
Yes. What? Hmm. Okay. Well, right away I have the Seven of Swords.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's you could say that he's walking away looking over his shoulder because he's stealing something or has information or whatever it is that he's in possession of. I think this is totally selfish. I don't think it has anything to do with his quote unquote Christian quote in well quote Christian end quote beliefs, because they don't even know how to define that anymore. It's a bunch of bullshit. They figure you inject God and say you're a Christian, people gonna believe you. But
Yeah.
this is a totally selfish move. But I do see that there's money, 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 money,
Mm.
money. There's some money involved.
Yeah.
And I think, and he's fighting with this Seven of Wands, all these sevens.
Yeah.
Zaddy is he's fighting for his position because I think he instinctively knows that this could be his undoing. Um, yeah, he's fighting out there in the press, and I'm sure within the halls of Congress. He's fighting to hold on. Yeah. So I'm gonna do another shuffle, and if you will, you can tell me what you are seeing. Oh,
Now,
happy birthday, Sharon Sipe.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sharon. Happy birthday to you and many more.
What I got is this guy just can't stop with the Ace of Cups. He just cannot help telling you how he feels about shit. And what he feels about shit is the Ten of Wands up underneath this, crazier than a Betsy bug.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of things on his plate that he has to manage. And sometimes, when you have a lot of things on your plate, when the pressure gets too much, you reveal things that you probably shouldn't be revealing.
Right.
The mask starts to fall down, everything starts to crack. But everybody knew this nigga was a racist.
That's right.
Excuse me, pardon me.
No,
But
well,
everybody knew he was a
that term
racist.
is going to be used for the clear people, okay? When I use it in
That's
this
how I use it.
context, it's for the clear folks. All
I
right.
it has no race when I
Mhm.
use that term. It could be for anybody.
That's
But
right.
yeah, but here's the thing too, Jay. So I get the Eight of Pentacles, the next card out the gate, and then the Page of Swords up underneath there.
Mm-hmm.
So what that tells me is that he will continue to work because this country seems to insulate these racist people. We still got a lot of work to do with as far as um, cleansing these degenerates. out of our house and stayed in and just out of everywhere because they're everywhere and
Yeah,
it's
here we go
gross.
with clan meetings,
Yeah,
clan
it's
meetings and
gross.
planning and all of that, We see
But
you, Tommy.
with the Page of Swords too, Jace, like that's telling me as far as the what do they call it? It could be like the spy. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the whole tie to Giuliani and the Six and all
Mm-hmm.
of this
Mm-hmm.
nefarious
Mm-hmm.
stuff that I think he has knowledge about, or at least kind of has some knowledge about.
I
Uh,
think he has a bunch of knowledge about it. If
yeah,
Rudy Giuliani was trying to call him on the day that it was happening, and his name hasn't come up so much in that shit. He's managed to duck and dodge so far. But
but
no.
here's the thing too. You got the Five of Wands, which is the conflict, the chaos. I mean, that's what he's there for.
Mm.
To start conflict and chaos. Like that's what these people are doing. They're trying to uproot our democracy. They're trying to throw multiple monkey wrenches in our democracy. And up under that Five of Wands is the Nine of Pentacles sitting pretty. So
Hmm.
uh he feels like he can act and do whatever he wants to do and
Hmm.
nobody is going to stop him. But there is some news. I got news for him because up under the deck is the Queen of Swords. We got a pair here, the
All
Queen of
right.
Swords, and what's up over the deck in the sky is the King of Swords.
All
So
right.
they already have an eye
Clean that
on you and
ass.
your activities. It's just a matter of when is that shoe gonna drop.
Oh, yeah. Prayers for Jack Smith, who is probably as good as he is at his gig, is there has to be a sense of being overwhelmed by how deeply this shit runs.
Yeah.
There has to be a sense of that. We can move on to Mr. Crane from Arizona because, the House of Representatives uh, passed through, even though I don't think it's going anywhere in the Senate. They made some resolution or something that went through to remove uh, the transgender care and the care for women who may have to travel to seek medical care in the event of even a bad or troubled pregnancy. Men are so fucking stupid. They don't know anything about a woman's body except it has a hole, which we're going to talk about because in England, uh, it was reported, and I don't know if it's a real story, that in order not to offend transgender patients, they're calling it a bonus hole. But we gonna go back to Mr. Crane, who got up and said that his amendments didn't have anything to do with allowing colored people, or then he wanted to kind of he realized he'd flubbed black people or anybody of color serving blah 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 till a sister spoke up, baby. She See, that's another thing. For I'm telling you, some black men and white men don't get about black women.
Don't they?
We're just not being quiet right now. We are not quiet chicks.
No.
We had to bear too much in silence. So we are speaking out, speaking loudly. Mother's voice came booming through there like the voice of God, girl. Mr. Speaker, I move that term colored people be stricken from the record. First, he wanted to amend it. She said, I ain't talking about no goddamn amendment. I'm talking about taking an eraser and erasing that shit. Okay? It's
That's right.
Joyce. Here it is. Alexa Storm says it was Representative Joyce Beatty. Yeah. And she came out when she spoke. You know how your mother would sometimes speak to you when you knew you had really gone way over the line. You might
Mm-hmm.
let your ass slide on a whole bunch of stuff. but now you have gone way over the line.
Yeah.
Get now the and after I say this, the next thing is going to be, I'm going to get that ass. Okay, so that's how she sounded. That's how she sounded. So let's look at on Crane. His, I had someone speak to me. There's a little lady that comes over here. She's in her 80s. I call her Miss Eleanor. Miss Eleanor is a sharp ass 80-some-year-old lady. She always has her makeup and lipstick on, and she's always dressed nicely when she comes out. And I can tell by looking at her that in her younger days, she was a real cutie. And we
Mm-hmm.
happened to get on the topic during the time everyone was freaking out and thinking we were going to have a shutdown, where she was very emotional and she kept saying she wanted him out of there. And I said, who are you talking about? I'm trying to interject while she's worrying about whether or not she's going to get her check. Um, I'm talking about Biden. I want him out of there. If colored people would wake up and realize what the Republicans have done for them, well, baby, my evil twin emerged.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. See, you don't understand how offensive colored is to us, because back in the day, there were colored people only restrooms and water faucets. That was used as a derogatory term for us. Now and you're gonna talk to me about waking up and understanding what the Republic. I'm not them tap dancing, yes, MS Corey Donaldson and all them brothers and sisters that go over there and get down on their knees and kiss the master's shoes. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, I am not one of them people. What do you mean? We are awake. We do know what they have done, and we're aware of what they're doing, gerrymandering so that they can keep the power. I didn't speak to her for weeks, for a couple of weeks, because I had to calm down.
Yeah.
I had to calm down. I went in because my voice raised. I too had to come through with the power and the glory uh, of the Lord God Jesus,
Mm.
Yeshua. I had to come on through to let her know
Calm
that
down.
never say
Yeah.
shit to me like that again. Ever, sis. Okay? So these are people who are racist and don't realize it, because we had that conversation. You don't know how I was raised. We treated my father. I said, I got a pretty good idea. You might have treated people the way you thought was fair and just.
Mm-hmm.
But it's uh no. So
Yeah.
anyway, his name is Crane. He's from Arizona. How is he feeling right now?
All right. Let's see. Electra Storm is asking, was the woman black?
The woman that said that to me?
Yeah.
No, she is not. No,
Mm.
Electra, she is not. She's a white woman in her 80s. I think she's 83, 84 this year in May. She was raised in Illinois, I believe. And she
Mm.
talks about going through the hard life and the poverty that her family endured.
Mm.
And at some point people are going to understand that this may not be about color as much as it is about poor people just being poor people,
Yeah.
period. you know
Yeah.
so Andy, your name Andy, I don't know why I want to call you Andy Crane. I know I got your last name right. How you doing today? Motherfucker,
So,
your panties were showing too. And if you are offended by the use of some words, then we advise your ass to move on down the road, because sometimes it just slips out. Sometimes. Oh, so let's put it with Electric Storm is saying. Okay, he's proud of himself. The NAACP, if they didn't approve that shit, and if they, I know they contested it. He's a lying ass. Now I am going to check it out. But you don't say that shit and then come out and apologize and act like you didn't mean it. The NAACP came after his ass. They didn't approve of nothing like that. Lying fucker. Excuse me.
uh,
Excuse me. I said what I said.
uh,
Oh, what you have, Tia? Tia, what you got, girl?
uh, he meant it. He meant what he said. He feels pretty good about it. Actually, this is him, the King of Wands there, and he actually likes the attention that he is getting from it. Uh, he feels like this was his lightning rod moment, which is kind of sad, but
Yeah.
he likes all the attention.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, yeah, he likes it.
Got his name trending, huh?
Uh huh. Yeah. So it makes sense when Electra was saying he was all over Twitter because that's what they do. When you all over Twitter, you like that attention. You answering people.
You
You
made
being
the big
combative.
time.
Your name is out there, so he's chewing it up.
Yeah. Well, okay, baby. Let me tell you what I got. Now you are making some decisions, and you have decided to go out and lie. So, okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the bad decisions you made because you're most certainly headed for, you have that tower moment.
Uh oh.
It's not over, boo. It's only just begun, because we have some fast moving news with the Knight of Swords coming in. We got some shit coming in on that ass that's going to result in you moving on because of stabbed in the heart, baby.
Mm.
There's
Uh oh.
somebody that's gonna run against. Yeah, it ain't looking good for you, Miss. I don't know what your position in the clan is, but okay. Okay, thank you. In a way, it's nice to know who's who and let them speak up and let them keep talking. Let those loose lips continue to pour out all of that nonsense that they're talking. Show yourself who you are, and I guess something is to be said that he's proud now because he's on the Twitters. But I bet as many people out that are giving him attaboys, I'm sure that there's many more that have crawled up his behind like worms or something. Okay.
These people just need to be
That was
shamed, man.
huh?
They need to be shamed.
Yeah, well, you see, just the way they are looking for dirt on everybody on Joe Biden. Somebody needs to be digging up dirt on them and what they do behind closed doors. Okay, so on to Ben Shapiro.
Oh boy. What do we
Benny,
got with
Benny,
him?
Benny. I guess it's a lonely life for an incel, and you since only the only release you get is from Miss Palm and her five daughters. Your hands might be raw. You know what I'm saying? Your dominant hand that you use to get. He is funny looking. He looks. I, I don't know what to say, but he seems to think that because Sheila Jackson Lee, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, and Michelle Obama said that affirmative action helped them get, into these Ivy League colleges. He seems to think that affirmative, they're saying it themselves, that somehow them getting into these uh, schools, these colleges, it was them taking a white person's place. Now this is coming from a motherfucker didn't even graduate from technical school or some shit like that. And this is who homegirl Owen is aligned with. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, her.
So it's not that these people weren't brilliant on their own.
Right.
It's that, oh, they were given a handout, huh?
Mm-hmm. They weren't smart enough uh, to attend these colleges. See what the whole misconception of affirmative action is that it helped a lot more unqualified blacks. Look, we can't be unqualified for nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing when we go for positions as being unqualified. We might be overqualified, but we can't be underqualified for a damn thing. And don't nobody really care about Ben Shapiro, him and that little, what is his name? Nikki Fuentes, the one,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one that is just so backed up and pent up and so fucked up.
These usually the people that say that are the most mediocre people that have gotten a leg up just because of who they are or what connections they have, or you know how
Yeah,
much money they have. I mean, these are the last people to talk about qualifications of anybody. Okay, like,
right.
Stop it.
please knock
Stop
it
it.
off.
And Shapiro, your name ain't Williams or Jones and shit. I do believe that you are of the Jewish persuasion. So
Oh
this,
yes.
so like you and Candace, I don't know what makes y'all think that these maggots dig y'all's asses, but I guess it is what it is.
And the funniest part about that is their time is coming. All right, they're, especially Candace's ass.
Yeah,
Uh,
baby.
her time is coming. She will be kicked outside of the club, standing outside in the rain, in the cold,
With
looking
her mitt
outside
and her
of the
black son.
window, singing like,
Oh man, river. Oh,
Acknowledge me.
like, please, please,
yeah,
give
please.
me some
Yeah, James Brown.
attention.
Please, 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 please. Hey, baby.
And it is always these people sitting there and they're crying to us, come crawling back like Stacy Dash did,
Well, she
come
tried.
crawling back. And nobody wants you
No.
anymore. Get out.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are.
Don't come crying to us.
Yeah, because when Candace Owens had her baby, the only people that was bagging on her ass about that biracial child was a crowd she hangs out with. They were not happy. We didn't care.
No.
Because since I don't care what he's British and he's no, he gonna be a nigger here in these United States of America, and your shit is gonna come back on your son. How selfish of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ben Shapiro, what's in store for little Benny boy? And he goes to colleges with this bullshit. Hell's
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's got a real like uh professional sounding name, but it's nothing but a bunch of angry little boys and girls and self-hating individuals.
Oh yeah. The Daily Wire is his gig, right?
Yeah. And Tucker's got him one too that comes out of paper. Uh but Will Tucker with fucker Carlson, bless his heart. He trying to come up. Okay, what you got, baby girl?
First thing I got out the gate is the full card, and look at your little baby.
Oh
He don't know
yeah.
nothing. He don't know a damn thing. He probably still relies on his mother to iron his shirts in the morning. This is the person that you guys are listening to. Okay, all right, that's
All
fine.
right.
Whatever.
Okay, but he's the
Uh
one that feels like Justice Jackson and them took a white person. Yeah, they didn't have the brains. Okay, Benny.
Then we got the page of cups following up, and then after that the Empress card. So this isn't the last we're gonna hear from him. He feels like he is the champion of the right. He's cooking up a lot more things behind the scenes, probably a lot more think pieces, a lot more bullshit. He's cooking up in
Exactly.
the back to spread around, because Ben Shapiro strikes me as somebody who, no matter how grating and annoying we feel his voice is, he likes the sound of it.
Oh,
So
he
he
does.
he likes the sound of his own voice. He likes hearing himself talk. He feels that he is so smart. So he will continue to spread that nastiness around. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
yeah, that's
unfortunately,
what I'm getting.
this card I shuffled and it kept coming. It was a two of wands. I've got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger. Okay. He thinks he's got the world on a string. He got his little podcast and got a little, notoriety, and he's looking out over his little fiefdom and thinking about where else he can go and conquer. So, he's feeling pretty good. He's feeling, he does. He feels so clever when he goes on the air with
Mm-hmm.
this bullshit. It just brings him such joy. He's planting all of these lies and these seeds of bullshit. Bullshit begats bullshit. So he's planting these seeds. He's getting a little payoff. He's getting him some YouTube money, and people are making
Mm-hmm.
donations and all of that shit. I remember at one point he was running commercials on YouTube to have people join his movement. So he's going to continue, you're right, to plant those seeds of bullshit. But at some point, he's just going to have to sit his ass down. You're just going to have
Right.
to sit
God.
down, Ben,
Yeah.
and shut
Sit
the
down.
fuck up. Okay? That's what you're going to have to do. All right, moving along. Uh, our boy who's got I don't even know what to call him. He's called Duck LaRange on Hogarth. He's called the Mango Mussolini. Uh, and the mob calls him Johnny Little Hands. I don't know shit.
I call him Agent
Or
Orange.
Agent Orange. Yeah, him. Huh.
Uh,
Child, she's still out here trying to
Toxic
fight, baby.
toupee.
Huh?
Toxic toupee.
Toxic toupee. That's what it is. His weave is pretty fucked up. He really believes that he said somebody if he cuts it off, that there goes his strength. I guess he thinks he's Samson in his dreams. I don't know. Ooh, yes. So now he's down. He's trying to get the case in Florida pushed out beyond December. He wants to. He doesn't. He's in his motion. He wants Judge Cannon to just don't put no damn date on the thing, but certainly this has
Ah,
to happen after the election. We can't because DOJ wants it in December. Uh, yeah, so he out there, and now he down in Georgia, down to the He's appealed to the Supreme Court here in Georgia to disqualify Fonnie Willis because mother is on that ass, baby. The
Oh
grand
yeah.
jury has been seated. Both the main jury and the substitutes or replacements or whatever, they've been sworn in, seated. And yeah, she said that she was going to be putting out charging uh, or indictments, baby, at the end of the month in August. She told the people. Uh, so he wants her disqualified because he's still riding with the Presidential Records Act. Boy, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up.
It's not
It's
working.
not
Okay.
working,
It's
and
not.
it's not working. But
Mm-mm.
go on, boo. Just go on. So let's check in on him. Let's just ask a simple question. Will he be indicted in the Georgia case by next month, by August?
Oh shit. Here we go.
Let's see. Nuclear toupee. Yes,
I
yes,
like that. The nuclear,
yes.
yes.
Oh, Jay, speaking of toupee, did you remember I sent you on Midas Touch? Because we watch Midas Touch
Oh
around
yeah,
here.
the story of the pop star who had an affair with Don Jr.
Don Jr., did you
I
look
did,
at
I
that
did, I did.
video?
Yeah, I did.
I had to send it to you for Petty Party because we definitely have to talk about that. It's so many teas
Yes,
in there that was spilled. It's so
that's
much
right. My
juice.
cup runneth over.
Oh
With
man.
tea, it was all in the saucer, and then it went out.
It's like
Yes, we can. I did write that down. I told you I got pages of notes, but absolutely, and thank you for.
it's like, girl, okay.
Yeah,
She's still
girl.
in love with that man.
Mm-hmm.
You can clearly tell that she is still in love with that man. But yes, let's answer this question about toxic toupee and will he be indicted
In
first
August
in August? Let's answer that question. I just had to
in
because
Georgia.
that came to my mind. I'm like, oh Jesus, there's so
I'm glad
much
you
in
sent
there.
it. I'm glad you sent it. I
Yeah.
like Michael Cohen. He's on a mission.
I do too. I do too. You know, it's funny how full circle I've come around on Michael Cohen. I remember when
Oh
he
yeah.
had that Twitter profile where it was, what was it, Girls for Michael or Girls
Yes.
Love Michael Cohen. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, this was when he was still going through. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, when he
But
was
now,
still a
since he
boy.
made the turnaround, I'm like, oh, do you need a leader for that?
Yeah, he's repented. Nobody looks at him like, I don't know. I'm happy that he's turned around because if anybody knows where the bodies are buried, Cohen
Mm-hmm.
knows where the
Yes, he
bodies are buried. He
does.
knows he's got a whole lot of dirt and tea he could spill, and they better hope. And he's willing to tell it this time too. So
Yep.
yeah,
He sure is.
pissed
He's like,
off.
look, I went to jail over this, so you
Why
definitely
did I go
going
to
down.
jail and your ass is still out here? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And he told the people during his hearing before he went to prison, he told Jim Jordan, all them, y'all's ass is gonna be sitting right where I am. And he just keep up.
Oh man.
Just keep on thinking your ass is gonna be right here where I am. What you got, babes?
The first thing I got is the Five of Wands, so he's gonna stir up a whole bunch of dust. Kick up dust and rocks and all of that. But the King of Swords does come in, so a higher authority figure, higher sense of knowledge and wisdom and all of that. So I take that as the courts, the highest courts of the land. And
Yes,
then the Two of Pentacles at the end. So maybe I think it's still in process, especially since they keep knocking into more dirt on the way of charging him.
yes.
So it could go either way.
Okay,
But there is a strength card on the bottom, so it is likely
it
she
is
that's
likely.
where they want to go.
Okay, okay. Well, the first,
Electric Storm about Cohen. If Cohen truly repented, he would spill all the secrets. There should be nothing to hide. What other secrets is he keeping?
well, I don't. I'm thinking that he is out here on the Midas touch, telling, and because he has cases pending, though, there's really like only so much he can tell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Only so much. So he's telling us trust and believe. He's written books. Get his books, honey. He promises that there's a lot of shit in there, and revenge and whatever the other one is. First card I get is a fool because he is a fool. He just thinks he's a fool. He just thinks, he I can do anything I want to do. Um, all of the world is mine because we are actually participating in the greatest story ever told. We don't, shout out to the writers and the actors who are on strike. Baby, we will be entertained. Okay, y'all gonna do your negotiating,
That's
whatever
right.
you have to do. But
Mm-hmm.
we will not have a lack of shit to watch because he's
Yes,
gonna make sure. Okay. All
that's
right. So
right.
this represents to me his foolish motion. You a fool. You're gonna ask the Supreme Court to remove this woman, but I'm so sorry. It's just not gonna work. Okay, it simply just ain't gonna work. He's not gonna
Ah,
be removed. We are moving forward. We are moving forward because you thought you were going to be able to ride into celebratory. You got one, we won one. With Haba and all them line people going on, those loser attorneys, all of them, surrounding you and making you feel like you victorious and all of that. But see, we know you ain't sleeping good at night. You got the beautiful bed, the beautiful dressing gown, and nice blanket and shit. I mean, you're surrounded by all these things and this beauty, but your ass ain't sleeping good at night because you know that these counts and these cases is about moving your ass on. Since you won't leave voluntarily, we gonna have to put some fucking heat under that ass and get you going. So I have the Knight of Wands, and that says to me, indictments are coming, if they ain't already here in Fulton County. So
they're coming.
they're coming.
Indictments are coming.
Yes. So ooh, yes, honey. You can't stop it now. The horse has bolted, baby. She's out of the stable. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Lord. You gotta give it to him. You gotta
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
he does
Now, Jace,
uh
let's talk a little bit about that interview, okay?
okay, Michael Cohen and that what was that pop star's name?
Aubrey O'Day. And the reason why this is so interesting to me is because I remember Danity Kane. I remember they were on Making the Band. Remember, Diddy had all
Right,
those Making the Bands.
right.
And I remember Aubrey was always the spicy one, right? She would get into it with Diddy. So I'm not surprised that she's had an affair with Don Jr. That is not surprising to me in the least. But what I will say is the amount of shade that she gave to his new wife, which is fine, Kimberly Gargoyle. I am not opposed to all the shade she's getting.
Yes.
But it was coming from a place of envy. And what I really want to know, I want to ask the question of, is she still in love with that man? Because to me, it sounds like she is still in love with that man. She remained adamant that he is
Right.
not the same
That he's not the
person
man
as
that
when
we're
she
seeing
met him.
today, and he was comfortable going into the gay club amongst the children of a lesser God. You know, he was all that the man that we see here. And I'm not going to come on here because Michael was poking and prodding. He wanted
Yeah,
her to
he was.
all the tea, and I'm just not. I'm not going to do that. Because
Girl, you know a book is coming out. I feel like
some
something
way
is coming out. You spilling that tea.
because her career, I don't know, is she doing anything?
Not really.
She was on The Apprentice. I think that's how they met.
Yes, yes. She was on The Apprentice, and I can already tell that she's still in love with him after all these years, which is crazy. And how Don Jr. was basically saying, like, oh, Eric can have his affairs. Ivanka has her, which is really interesting. I have to ask you about this point too. Notice when Aubrey was recounting how Don Jr. was telling the story of how my siblings can seemingly do whatever they want to do, but you
But
always gotta, I'm the one that has to be better, and you're always on my ass, but my siblings can do whatever they want. Now, when he came to Ivanka, and it was said in a way that was odd to me, because when he was talking about Eric, he basically came out, my brother, he has affairs. He can have affairs, that's fine. But when he stated Ivanka, he didn't say it like it was an affair. He said Ivanka has her own proclivities, or Ivanka has her own sexual desire or her needs. It was said in a way that was very distinct, and that was interesting to me. So I'm like, it made me think, like, well, what the fuck was Ivanka doing? Like, what does that mean? I don't understand. I don't understand here in the way that it was mentioned and said. What does that mean? Why is it all kind of mysterious and secretive on Ivanka? So I thought that was kind of interesting too.
Well, according to Noel Kassler, who worked the lights and the sets and all of that stuff with Donald Trump when he was doing the Celebrity Apprentice, he's been out. Kassler's a comedian, but he was the first one to come out and spill the tea about Donald Trump shitting on himself, and then having to stop production so he could go and get cleaned up, and how he couldn't, was having if he got something with a word that he couldn't pronounce, a simple word, then somebody was yeah, somebody was trying to set him up or something. And he said Ivanka is worse than her father, that she's the one that would orchestrate all the disruption and all the fights among the contestants. And that even though she comes off with this soft, kind of sultry voice, that she's got a thick Brooklyn accent and cusses like a sailor, and that what we see and what we get.
So you're telling me she's the
Yeah, that he
evil.
said she's worse than daddy.
Yes. Okay. All
And
right.
then all that sniffing he does, he says, because he's sniffing Adderall, because Adderall makes him feel powerful. See, so when we see him on these interviews and every 2 or 3 words he's sniffing is because I guess he's just had him a few lines prior to the interview. It makes him feel uh, powerful or whatever. Whatever it is he's
Mm,
going to feel. Yeah. So the
okay.
Adderall is his drug of choice.
Huh. Okay.
But he lied
Well,
about the other thing because he was known to be riding around with girls in limousines and having uh Miss Cocaine like she was legal and shit. And Noel
oh,
says that, and if you look closely, he's got a scar on his upper left nostril where his shit collapsed. He had done so much. His septum or whatever it was, it
what?
shut down, so they had to perform surgery on it to open her up. Hey,
Wow.
Clarence, long time.
Hello. Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. So let's ask: is Audrey O'Day still in love with Don Jr.? You know what?
Yeah. We don't even have to say no more.
Right. Yeah.
Say less. There it
We
is right
know
there.
you still fantasizing that y'all was in love and he loved you and that he might actually still be in love with you, uh, but he's with this terrible woman, that has just seemed to have changed him so that he's not the man that she knew. Hold
Mm.
on for a minute. I'm going to close my window.
Okay. That is ridiculous. I mean, I understand you love who you love, right? But I think it's time to let it go. Let it go. Especially Don Jr. My goodness.
Yes, what did you get? I heard you say let it go. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah.
So, we all have our fantasies. It's just not a Don Jr. boo. I think because I don't think you know who he is half the time.
Oh, yeah.
He comes on looking all rumpled and frumpled like he's not bathing his ass.
And she was going, well, he didn't do any drugs before. I was the
Liar.
person that would roll weed for him, and he'd get crazy off of that and have anxiety. And
Yeah, like there are people who are very well known, who know Don Jr., who have been indulging in the nose candy with him. So they
mhm.
know that, girl, you like, bye, girl, bye. Okay.
uh
Just maybe he wasn't doing it like he's doing it now, but stop it, okay?
stop it, yes, please.
Stop it. Get some help.
So what did you get?
I got the Emperor card, and this says to me that he still has some kind of control in her mind over her life in some kind of way. Like he has dug roots into her that she will not let it go. She doesn't let it go. And I think it's because she worries about him. I got
Mm-hmm.
the nine of swords. Like she worries about his state of being and everything else, and worries about with the Three of Pentacles, the type of people that are around him.
Mm-hmm.
She's still concerned about that. But girl, let it go.
Yeah,
Like,
let it go,
not
because let it go.
let it go.
Let it go. She's like here represented by the Queen of Cups. She's got secrets in that cup. And that might be what the hold that he has on her. He's hoping, he's moved on. It ain't
Yeah.
pleasant. It's not
Yeah,
moving
yes.
on. He's tortured, but he's moved on.
He's moved on. And
Yeah.
she was just asking Michael, like, do you know why? Like, did he, basically asking him, do you know why he went to Kimberly Gargoyle
Yes.
and not me? He's like, I don't
How would
know.
I know that shit? Even though he says he thought of Don as like a little brother, that back in the day, I guess, when Trump had anointed himself the king of New York. And let's see.
Oh,
Well,
Electra.
the next one, we can look at his ass too. We'll get him in
Elvis
there.
on Twitter. Ron DeSantis has fired a dozen staffers at his campaign struggles for cash and nosedives in the polls.
Right. Now
Oh
Miss Casey is out with Moms for Liberty or Moms for Justice or stuff. He's got Miss Wife. We've decided that Adrio Day still loves that old crazy man, so we don't have to talk about him no more. We can go on to DeSantis. She already has got pictures of the White House on her dream board, and she's already decorating the White House. She reminds me of Priscilla Presley back in the early days when Priscilla was with Elvis and she had that big old hair and all of that. She just looks like a dated, a Priscilla Presley or something, but she wants to be first lady. She thinks she can bring some kind of Jackie Kennedy vibe to the White House and shit. She would deck the halls at Christmas time and shit. Now she got herself a gang of women who are like instead of proud boys, they're proud girls. They're pretty vicious. They're the ones who take over school board meetings, all that shit.
yeah,
Who
they're just a reincarnation of Daughters of the Confederacy. If you don't know who that is,
right. And
back in the day, there were a bunch of daughters of the Confederate people, and they're all pissy, and they were the ones who I think erected all of the Confederate statues and monuments and memorabilia and all that bullshit.
yeah.
With no other country in their right mind. Like you niggas lost. Y'all lost, okay?
Yes.
Why does it make sense to resurrect? It makes absolutely no sense.
No, but they're fighting it in Congress and the Senate. I told you we got the Klan. It's the Klan Congress and the Senate right now. Tuberville has outed the Senate. We all know what happened on January 6th with the representatives who didn't want to vote or certified, didn't want Joe Biden's win certified. I see Casey. Well, I think since we're talking about Casey, let's start with her out on the campaign trail, and she don't make no damn sense either. She's already seen them walking into the White House. Okay, she's already seeing the right. They got the money, and he succeeded, and they're getting ready to go in to take up their residence, and she's the first lady. That even got the two little kids in the thing. The little cheer. It's a shame that poor babies that they have these two for parents. Pray for the children. And then we have the Seven of Wands with DeSantis just fighting. He's they're fighting. He's fighting to hang on, as is she. She's got to help him.
Yeah.
She's his strength. She's what keeps him going. She gives him the pep talk when his ass comes in crying and shit about how that bullshit he's pulling in Florida, and where woke goes to die and all that shit. She's instructing him to fight on, don't give up. So to me they are both thinking of another way. How can we regain our footing? How can we, let's look at this thing in a whole different light. So I guess with him firing all the people, they can start over again. Let's give this thing a rethink. Um, However, this is requiring. This is old boy feeling
No.
lost and alone, and
Yeah.
where did I go wrong? And
Oh, good night, Electra.
yeah, good night, Electra. You have a sweet slumber, okay? Um, why don't the people like me? You know, um, One thing I want to say is he wants to say he's Italian. I get Portuguese very strongly in that bloodline. Um, that I smell linguiça, not Italian sausage, okay?
His dad was like Cuban or something like
Yeah,
that.
he's Portuguese. Look.
So that means, so here's the thing, right, Jace? That's great, because I have all the excuse in the world to direct my ire in a pinpointed way, because remember I told you I did the DNA test or whatever to find my heritage, and one of the islands that I stem from was
Good night. Hold on for a minute. Good night, Christine.
Good night, Christine.
And Sharon, no worries about the power. It's been in and out. I mean, it's just the weather. And I hope Electra and Christine have a good night's rest tonight. Thank y'all so much for coming over.
Yes.
Yeah, continue, Tia.
No, I was just saying that if he is Portuguese, I have a way to pinpoint my ire, directed and justified, because apparently the Portuguese were the ones who colonized or attempted to colonize Bioko Island, which was the island that my DNA was traced. So I can specifically pinpoint it on the goddamn Portuguese. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
And F off. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm glad that I could provide you with what I'm getting in the spirit. He's lying about everything. He even fixed it up so that if he loses the nomination, that he can still remain governor of Florida.
Not that guy, trust me. You're
So-
not that guy.
He's not that guy. He is not that guy.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of his people in the right places to pass all his nonsense through. But I got news for you. I think there's a surprise coming up. Let's just take a look at DeSantis. I want to ask if he will he finish out his term as governor of Florida after the debates and shit. He's not a good debater. His voice sounds like the mating call to mashed potatoes. He has people say he doesn't look them in the eye. He's not a people person. He's so shady. He can't even look you in the eye and shit.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
He's terrible. You're right, Jace. He's awful.
He's a
I
horrible
agree.
little man.
I agree. And he just doesn't, like I said, I cannot stand the terrible tangerine. Okay. I cannot stand him. But I can at least acknowledge that Big T does have charisma. He does have a certain cult of personality. He does have what do the kids say today? Riz.
Yeah.
Uh he has that
He's a
riz.
master of some of this shit,
But
media.
DeSantis does not have any of that.
He
He's
has nothing.
awful. He
He
has
has
all the charisma of
of
two
a lump of large curd, warm cottage cheese
50
on a
year
hot day
old
from Miami.
dried up cardboard.
Yeah.
It's not there.
The
It's just not
dogs have
there.
pissed and shit on it. It's just blowing in the wind.
And I hope, because I think his term is until 2028 or something,
Is it that long?
2027.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like another 3-4 years he's got because he just got reelected last year because he gerrymandered the fuck out of Florida. He did all that bullshit. So
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He
so
just pretty much
he's got a little bit of time there. I'm sorry, Florida. I'm sorry, y'all. You're gonna have to hunker down because unless he gets locked up for some other kind of bullshit he's tied to, which very well may happen.
Well, he's been accused of missing COVID. First, he and that crazy ass Surgeon General he has in Florida lied about the number of people who were dying in Florida because of COVID, and that the money that they receive, somehow the money that these folks receive just goes missing. So we think he may have, broken himself off a piece of COVID money.
Oh yeah, it's just like I heard he with the hurricane or whatever. He was telling people to send that money to his wife and not like excuse me, like what are we doing here?
Just some bullshit.
Um,
Yeah, just do direct deposit to Casey's account, and we'll take care of the rest.
like, are you trolling me? Are you kidding me right now?
Yes. Iniquitous Feminina says that she remembers that from a SpongeBob
Yes,
episode.
that's right. That's where I got it from. Man, there's a lot of gems in SpongeBob. I'm telling you.
SpongeBob was hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yes, it was. But what I got is he might, there's going to be a tower moment for him once he returns, the loser, that he does not secure the nomination of the peoples. So he'll go back to Florida as a loser, and perhaps this might be the beginning of his tower moment. All of this nonsense fighting with Disney, messing with people's money and lives and jobs and whatnot, trying, hey, Granny, how you doing? This might be, he won't be, let's just say Daddy ain't gonna be victorious, okay? So this may be the beginning of him experiencing some real shit. The real.
Yes. Good. I hope so.
Indeed.
I hope so. Because
What do you
he
get?
is no good. I mean, I got better cards than you, so I want to go with your cards because the cards I got for this evil bastard is I got the 10 of cups. So, right now he's sitting pretty. He feels like, at least when it comes to Florida and his domain over Florida, because we asked about Florida, he feels like this is his time, baby. This is, he is that guy over Florida. But I got some news for him because what's coming in is the 7 of Wands. So you got defending. He's gonna be up against a lot of people who are not very happy with him. He's got to defend himself not only from his constituents, but from the courts, because all this bullshit is going through the courts and it's getting struck down. You can't do that.
Yes,
You can't do
yes.
that. You can't do that. No, you cannot do that either. And then the final card I have is the 6 of Pentacles. So giving and receiving. I think what might be happening is he's gonna be traded out eventually for another Republican. I think another Republican is going to come in and replace him. I think he's going to get some kind of severance package from behind the scenes. I don't know if they're going to tell him, look, all right, I don't know if the block is going to get too hot to where like you gotta do something here, take some money, take whatever you need, get
Did
the
you
fuck
say you
out of
get the
here.
7 of Cups?
I got the 6 of Pentacles.
Oh, 6 of Pentacles. I
Yeah.
have the 7 of Cups.
7 of Cups. I had the 7 of Wands though.
Okay.
So there's another 7.
And wow, there's nothing good, nothing pretty coming out of those cups, Ronnie boy. Nothing
No.
pretty.
That's all propaganda. That's all bullshit. That's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of other I'm glad you put that up too, Jace, because my mind is just working. There's a lot of other contenders on this Republican ballot. It's a lot of other Republicans. They're coming out the woodwork because they smell the blood is in the water, baby.
Yes.
Their leader in chief is going down. He's gonna, get that orange jumpsuit sooner or later. And Ron DeSantis, like you said, has all the charisma of a wet napkin. So everybody feels like this is their time. You could choose me. You can choose me. You can choose me. Court me. So, it's just a lot of bullshit. Oh, yeah, it's not going to end well for him. It's not. You can see that coming from.
You're gonna be on the outside, boo.
Yeah.
People
outside looking in.
That you're a loser, and then they're gonna take a look at the state of Florida and all the nonsense that you and chaos and bullshit that you've created down there, and they're gonna say enough is enough. So maybe he'll finish his term, maybe he won't. But in his stead would be his lieutenant governor. I think it's a woman, and I wouldn't think that she's gonna do any better. She may try to keep up the same foolishness.
Well, every time I think about DeSantis, you remember Andrew Gilliam, right? You remember in 2018 where, it was close, which is why DeSantis had to rig Florida later so he can, lock in his power. Right. But do you feel, because all of a sudden they're saying Andrew Gilliam, he's getting prosecuted by Florida or whatever. He's some kind of crack deal.
Some of those cases, from what I understand, he didn't go anywhere. That there was nothing on Andrew. What happened was that prior to all of this stuff happening, when Gillum was way ahead of DeSantis, he got into a Twitter fight with slimy Rick Scott. And he was kicking Rick Scott's ass on the Twitter thread. So of course, this nigger must go. He's got to go. He's embarrassing me. Somebody had enough information on him to set up the honey trap. But also, do you remember when Trump said that Ron was way behind in that governor's race? He was way behind. And I sent in the FBI to help him win. He wouldn't be if it wasn't for me. Yeah. So that
So
has
it was a
all kinds
setup.
of implications, you know,
Hmm.
all kinds of implications. Was that whole FBI, was that whole sting of Andrew Gillum an FBI thing? You said you sent in the FBI, and I remember people saying send it in the FBI. I mean, of course they say he can't do that, but he did. Mango Mussolini, toxic toupee. Uh, and now he believes he's the second coming. Um, he believes he can do anything he wants to do. So it does. He was a nothing but a lawbreaker while he was in the White House, and he could break them because he knew that there was no one could touch him as long as he was president, and that's essentially why he wants to remain president. He wants to get back in that seat. So yeah, I don't like that man. I don't like DeSantis. I don't like his wife. Uh, I don't.
No,
I will be very, very pleased when his dirt starts to get poured, and he's finding himself having to defend himself because they did go after Andrew Gillum,
they did.
all these court cases. And I think the last time I read about it, because they don't report on that. It's in the real tiny print over up in the inner corner of the newspaper, saying that he was not found guilty of anything. So that was a blessing. But I was sure mad with Andrew.
Oh, look, we got a red troll in the chat.
We do.
We do.
Sharon, can you kill them? Please kill them. If you can, I will.
The Democrats are the ones oppressing people. Oh my God. It's
Okay,
the
well, okay.
Democrats.
Right, of course. Of course they are. Sharon, can you kill them? Because hold on, I'm going to go out and I have to go out and come back in, okay? Because it's
All right.
making, wait a minute, maybe I can move it over enough to get this person out of here. Oh, wait, I'm going to go out and come back in. Give me a minute.
Clown.
Yeah.
Clownery. Iniquitous feminine. How is everybody doing on this Saturday? Sharon got him. Well, thank you, Sharon. I'm doing all right, Iniquitous. I'm hanging in there. I'm telling you,
Girl, I'm just
it's
running
a
my
lot
mouth.
going on. It's just the energy has just
It
been,
is.
whew,
It is a whole lot.
it's been something else.
It has been hard on all of us. I'm thinking that, again, Hogarth said there were 6 or 7 planets in retrograde, and because I don't know, I ain't that deep with astrology and stuff. I know that I am sensitive to the movements in the heavens. Thank you, Sharon. I
Thank
just
you,
want to let
Sharon.
anybody coming over here that we are not uh 45 friendly over here. I can't stand his shitty ass, okay? He's a vile human being. And y'all might need him to save you. But there's too much good energy going up, hoping that not only will he never hold that seat again, but he goes and it's time for him to pay for his transgressions, which are years long. He's left a lot of scorched earth. So,
Mm-hmm.
you've had a good fucking life. You've lived large. You got your name out there. Y'all have had a good life. Get the fuck on.
Get on.
Get the fuck on. Yeah.
Coming in here to troll.
Oh, we
I
gonna.
mean, hey, if you want, look, this is America, right? You can vote for whoever you want to vote for. That is your right to, but this is not the place.
No.
I'm sorry. There is too much at stake. And I'm more willing to hear from the people who say, both, here one side they're
Yeah.
horrible. The other side, especially when it pertains to black folks, isn't the best either. Because
Right.
we usually are the ones that don't get our needs met.
Yeah.
Um, or get ignored. So
Yeah.
I understand the frustration, but to come in here and proudly, I vote red, the Democrats. It sounds like you got some propaganda.
Yeah. You got some. Yeah. Yeah.
You've
So take that
been,
over somewhere they want to hear that shit.
yeah. I'm. It's giving the Democrats drink blood and eat babies, and we're not.
No.
We try to live in the realm of reality here.
As unpleasant
We can
as it could
differ
be.
out from time to time. That's fine. But when it comes to politics, we try to, be mellow, live in the realm of reality. So we not going to Bizarro Land or Maggot World or wherever you decide to live on. We
No.
don't reside there. So go on.
Got by. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Well, we have been on for 2 hours. It's been a blast. I tell you, I got pages of notes. We're gonna dress Petty Party up so that we have a really cool thumbnail, and there's so much to talk about. But what I want to leave on is a story that I find of great interest, and it is a story of a pastor we have here now. Y'all that don't know anything about the black church and stuff, or church at all, but and we're special in our churches. And there's a pastor named Jamal Bryant who was once I belong to the AME church, and his father is a bishop in the church, and he of course had position also. Now he seems to have a peeing problem because he likes doing it to other women's. He wasn't a faithful man to his wife, and allegedly he's got churn by other chicks. He went to visit a church of a gay pastor and his husband, a Reverend O.C. Allen, and Jamal Bryant issued up an apology to the LBGTQIA community on behalf of himself, other pastors that may have hurt the community, the church at large, and the members thereof. I heard it. It sounded very sincere. And what I want to say is if you take the gay men and the mothers, the women out of these churches, there would be crickets. You wouldn't have, in most churches, many of our churches, the minister of music, the one that raises up a joyful noise, is a gay man. We don't have a community. I'm looking for my black community. The church is the place that we should welcome people. This gentleman, if it's the church I think it is, it's a church where the LGBTQIA community members go for sermons in church. There's another one called St. Matthew's here also, which is also lovely. But it's a great church. And when I tell you the presence of the Holy Spirit, that warmth, that love, that feeling of joy is thick in the air at these people's church services. We as a Black community are going to have to cease eating our own.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to stop it. We're going to have to cease. President Obama was a Black man, and yet there was as many Black folks criticizing him and not standing with him as there were white folks. It's like y'all keep looking for perfection in other people when you yourself is more fucked up than anybody.
Yeah.
Who is perfect? Who is perfect?
Nobody.
No one. You say there is only one, and that would be Yeshua HaMashiach, the Christ. That's who you say is the perfect one. None of us are. However, it is important that we stand united, and it's even more important that we embrace the community, because if deliverance, if what they call deliverance in the church, what they call salvation in the church, if the church is where they're gonna find it, then perhaps you should invite them in and
Mm-hmm.
embrace them instead of sitting in judgment and being far too preoccupied with what people are doing in the privacy of their own homes. So I
Yes.
want to thank
Preach.
Pastor, huh? Go ahead.
Preach.
Oh, I want to thank Pastor Brian for offering that his sincere apologies, because I have
Mm-hmm.
many gay friends that don't go to church or believe in God because they've been told that they are not loved, or because of church hurt they're not welcomed.
Yes.
They're pointed out and judged and whispered about. So it's time for us to clean up our shit, Black peoples. I
That's
don't,
right.
we have plenty of shit to work on. And the
Mm-hmm.
main thing we need to work on is what, we can't never come together. Well, no, we can't if we keep finding reasons to stay apart.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
thank
right.
yes. So I also want to thank each and every one of you that came over to play with us tonight. Tia and I have many more topics on which we can be petty. This is alleged stuff. I stand in my opinion. I said it. Hey, I
Yeah.
said it.
I said what I
I
said.
said what I said, and we'll get together on a date that's mutually been agreeable to both of us, because this was fun tonight.
It is, but we always have fun when we get together,
We
and
do.
we appreciate everybody for being here. I wanted to pull a card, an oracle card,
Okay. Yeah.
just to end on a light note, and see where our attention should be drawn to. So I got obsidian. I pulled from my little crystal cards here, and
Uh-huh.
I got obsidian as the card for today. And the essential meaning is observing the self reflection, know thyself. When you look in the mirror, who looks back at you? How do you view yourself? Do you look into your own eyes and see someone willing to acknowledge the past and learn from it? Do you see someone willing to step into a new identity, one more suited to the life you want for yourself? All of us are ever changing and a mix of past, present, and hopes for the future. The challenge is to trust that the you that you are becoming will be loved, cherished, and supported, even if you are still just exploring your potential, still unfamiliar with the new territory you have entered. As you ponder what you wish to change, love the one you're with, you. Love
Yeah.
yourself in all your complexity, knowing that whatever strengths you need are present, and Obsidian Spirit is here to amplify them through the power of self awareness. Just as in observing a particle or a wave, the observer can change its form. So, too, in observing yourself, can you begin the process of personal transformation. You are going to love the you that you are becoming.
Yes. I like that. And in falling in line with that,
Mm-hmm.
I pulled Soul Family, and I'm using the Work Your Light Oracle deck that Adrian blessed me with. It's a beautiful deck of cards,
Oh.
and it's Soul Family. It says, "Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. It's
Mm.
time to call in your soul family and support team. People who get you at soul level. People who are the same kind of weird as you. People who are your chosen family. They are coming and they are looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it's important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. If you have already found them, then you are being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people, such as a therapist, a coach, a mentor or healer, a sister, a brother, a close friend. Tune into what kind of support you need now. Work your light action. Call in your support team. And another one actually fell out, and it says, "Take a break." Take
Yes.
a break. Get off the treadmill. Sometimes we have to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, I think for me, I've been forced to take one. That deep, hard sleep or whatever that comes over me. Take a break.
Yes.
You can't run on empty. Like we were talking about finding your, spending time with your soul tribe. Do not dim your light so that someone else feels bigger or better. Use whatever haterade is being served up to you by others as your motivation instead of absorbing it and thinking that there is something uh, wrong with you because you have bigger ideas. You dream big, you think big, you are a big light. It's difficult when the noonday sun is shining brightly to snuff out that light.
Yeah.
So let all of you all take a break
Yes, please.
and recharge your love lights. It's okay to take a break, because just know that while you're taking a break, somebody else is still keeping the groove going. So yeah, thank you all so much. And
Thank
we will
you.
see you the next time when we have, yes, when Petty Party comes back and we share more pettiness and try to lighten up situations when shit ain't funny. Okay.
That's right.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Bye bye.